Hey everybody, John Farian here with LiveLARGE Universe. Guess what? We are in Seeley Lake, Montana, here at Rich's Family Guest Ranch. An amazing place here in Seeley Lake, Montana. So we are on the tail end of the Driven event this week, right? And so Carrie, my good friend Carrie, hey Carrie.
Hi.
So you guys might remember exactly a year ago, I had Carrie on with a few folks on there too, and we want to kind of do a repeat because this is something that we come to every year. This is my second time coming, and we've got some amazing people here with us to share their experiences and what's going on. So Carrie's going to give us a quick rundown about, Carrie, what the heck is a Driven event, as your shirt says? So tell us about the Driven event. What's this all about?
Thanks for joining us, everyone. So Driven is just about having fun, but our biggest mission out of everything that we do is to make sure that we couple not only rider education, but we couple it with education along with avalanche safety education for the wilderness first aid or safety, such as the SAFER program that just was created by Altitude Sickness, including emergency response after you conduct your avalanche rescue. So in a nutshell, a lot of education, but we take it, pack it into 7 days, have a lot of fun, and create a lot of knowledge and interesting information for riders to take away. It's been so fun this entire week to listen to all the different things people have shared. I even heard, like, don't give away what's going on in Area 2, then people won't come back, you know? So it's been so fun to, like, hear everybody's feedback in regards to how the week's been. And of course, I can't say enough thank you and gratitude to our amazing team, because I don't necessarily teach, I just make the event happen. I've been very blessed and fortunate to work with some amazing companies in the industry that make sure that we have all this packed into 1 week, and it's a lot to handle. I think I counted it in my head the other day, and I don't even know if I'm exactly right, but I think I had a full staff of 11 instructors here to make this week happen.
Wow. Which
is pretty phenomenal, to make sure that all of our wonderful guests that have spent the last 7 days, well, tomorrow will be the 7th day, with us, have this wonderful experience. And this is the best part. We actually created that program and have now shared it and coupled it into the School for Heroes with All American Heroes. So it's just getting bigger and better.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, again, this is the second year that I've been involved in this program myself. My wife, Edith, and I, she refuses to come on camera. So in the comments, you guys let us know if you want to see Edith on camera tonight. We need at least 15 requests in the comments, and Edith will come over on the camera. So, and you can vote multiple times, so we'll figure it out. So, but Carrie, this has been just such a cool event, and just watching it evolve has been amazing, right? And so, you know, level 1, level 2 this year was added. Last year we did a companion rescue course. We now added the SAFER course with the altitude sickness. It's been quite the evolution and process going. And then even the group size, like, you know, when Ride Rasmussen, for example, does a typical clinic, you know, West Yellowstone and all the normal places, they're not getting 30 people to show up at one time, right?
No,
and
this
so
has been mind-blowing.
Yeah, and so this is a really unique program, a really unique experience. And I can tell you from, you know, my personal opinion and experience is that the entire team is what makes this what it is, right? It's
very much so.
You know, you couldn't just have a Brian Lundstedt level 1 avalanche class and have this full experience. Brian's coming on in a second. I'm looking at him here. But, you know, or vice versa, like the Ride Rasmussen class, right? Like if you were to go to do that, that's great, but you're not part of the Rich's Family Guest Ranch, right? And you're not getting the amazing food and the lodging and the hot tubs, and like it's a full week-long experience that I'm just have fallen in love with. And my plan is to continue to come back every year.
Yay.
As we found most people do, because a year ago I brought a whole crew of people from Washington over. A lot of them are here kind of watching, and they're in their cabins tonight, probably hanging out in the hot tub, right? Yeah. But almost all of them, we had one person who didn't make it back, but literally everybody who signed up last year came back again this year.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I made a comment as we started this program, or started this week, I should say. When the first year that we did this was 8 years ago, and we could barely get people to spend 1 day with us, and now they're hanging out with us for 7, and I don't even think they want to leave after 7 because they have so much fun together.
Yeah, I was just talking to my buddy Ryan or Brian here a minute ago, and Brian's like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can stay an extra day and ride a little bit more because the snow is pretty darn good this week again.
Yeah, exactly.
So, great.
Yes, yeah. So just a big shout out to everybody that makes this happen. Not only John's been a big intricate part in making sure everything has been happening with the school, but Rich Ranch has been phenomenal. It's one of my favorite places to visit just because they treat you like family, and who doesn't want to go somewhere where they're treated like family, right? That's just amazing.
Yep.
And then give a big shout out to Crazies, to Ride 701, to Tyler's Backcountry Awareness to make sure that everything here was on par and giving all of our wonderful guests the most amazing experience ever.
It does not suck. That's coming right from me. So, no, it's an amazing experience. So, Carrie, thank you for coming on. And anything else you want to share quick before I let you go?
Have fun on the snow this season, everyone.
All right. As Carrie walks out, Mr. Brian Lundstedt from Tyler's Backcountry Awareness is going to join me. Come on in, Brian. Go ahead and slide in here so we're not too far away. Good to see you, buddy. How you been?
Good, John. How have you been?
Good, good. This is year 2 of us goofing off together for another week, huh?
Yes, sir.
Nice hat, by the way. You guys check out that hat? That's a sweet hat. LiveLARGE, buddy. Cool. So Brian here, as you guys know, Tyler's Backcountry Awareness. He's owning basically the Avalanche Training that we have this week. So why don't you just give everybody a quick rundown of what type of courses and classes that were offered this week. Some of the terrain we're able to go into, and maybe some of the things we're able to see. Kind of just a quick highlight of the things that you've been part of this week. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We started the week off with the All-American Heroes Level 1. Followed it up with a Level 1 and a Level 2 that ran simultaneously. Came off of that and did an intro class and a rescue class, and now we're finishing off the week with our last Level 1 and Level 2.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what do you enjoy about this week and how your classes tie into this event, and what makes this week exceptionally special? That I know we come back every year because you've been involved in this program with Carrie way longer than I have, and somehow you just keep coming back, right? So tell me about what the draw is to this event specifically.
The venue, the people, the students, everybody makes it such a good time. The experience is really what it's about. It's not the type of thing that it's like get you in and get you out.
Yeah.
We come and we have dinner together.
Yeah.
We get to sit around the table and laugh and joke and kind of debrief the day and have a good time.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's. I hate to even say this because I think I don't want to scare anybody away, but it's a grueling schedule, but it's such a fun schedule, right?
Yeah.
Like literally my alarm clock every day is set 6 a.m., local time. I've got time to get up, shower, get ready. We're here at breakfast by 7 a.m. We're usually, transitioning 8:30 into classroom session, full day of classes, sometimes here at the lodge, some classroom. A lot of it's out on the snow. We're on our sleds. We're rolling back in. Just enough time to unpack, get everything going again, and then back to dinner to socialize together. And then the evening just carries on. And before you know it, you're wore out for the day. You're exhausted, but you've had the best time of your life, and you just want to get up and do it all over again the next day. But I got to be honest with you. It's what's today, Friday?
I have no idea.
Is it Friday? Is it Thursday? What day is it? See, that's what happens. You get here, you have so much fun. I think it's Friday, I'm pretty sure.
It's day 9.
Yeah, it's day whatever, yeah. But, bottom line is, it gets a pretty tiring, exhausting, but, every day we're motivated to get back up and keep making it happen. So, anything else you want to share with the world tonight about the event this week, or anything you have this year going on with Tyler's Backcountry Awareness?
No. We've got a few classes left this spring that aren't filled up quite yet.
Okay.
I think they're mostly over half full, the ones that are left. Come out and take a class. If you get the opportunity to come to Seeley, come to Seeley.
Yep.
We have a good time, and the Rich Ranch takes care of everybody real well.
Very cool. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it very much. Mr. Kyle P. Franklin is in the house. Mr. Love Your Life. If you haven't noticed, we're rocking the shirt tonight. And as I rock his shirt, he's rocking Aaron McCarthy's All-American Heroes shirt, the whole American Heroes team, right?
Yep.
Kyle?
I back them 100%.
That's awesome. So, Kyle, you've been here now 2 years in a row as well. And tell us what you love about this event, and give us some highlights from maybe the safer event that you had this year with Rick Scherzel.
Yeah, definitely.
Talk loud so they can hear you.
Well, this Rich's Ranch puts on a great event, or not event, but it's a great venue to host.
Don't bang the table. They're shaking over there.
To host people for this event. You get 3 meals a day. They're all prepared at 7 o'clock. They ring a bell.
When I got here, I was this big. Now I ate Rich's Ranch food all week, and I'm this big. So they feed you well. Let's just say that. So.
Yeah, so we attended Rick Scherzel's safety class and learned CPR. We did bandages, broken bones, all kinds of things, how to pack people out, how to prepare for it,
So
all the scheduling.
Yeah, I mean, the basic concept of that safer class is that, okay, we've gotten our avalanche training, we've learned how to ride, we've gotten all the safety stuff there too, and okay, the avalanche happens. There's been an accident. Is there trauma involved? Is there CPR that needs to be involved? What are those post-accident trainings that you can learn from and be able to be a great riding companion in the backcountry?
Yep.
I tell you what, after me going through it, you going through it this week, I know you and I got each other's back in the backcountry, and that's what this is all about, right?
Definitely,
So.
and that's part of it. Is you have to be able to protect your friends.
Yeah.
And that means eyes on it, all the issues that you deal with on the hill. But when something does happen, what do you do next?
Yeah.
Call 911. What if you don't have cell service? You could be doing CPR for hours.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
At least an hour.
So if you guys have been following along the Facebook page this week, you saw Kyle here get tied up with some webbing and drug across the floor, right? What was that about? Tell us what that was.
That was Nina creating a drag system for dragging somebody using a 22-foot cord.
Yeah, like basically strap webbing.
It's webbing.
Yeah,
it's
strap webbing,
you
and you
use
just
a rope.
tie it in a knot and loop it, and
You
basically,
use a rope
if somebody doesn't have a spine injury and you verified that, but you need to move them, say they have a broken leg or something, and they can't walk on their own, you could literally strap them up like that and drag them across.
Well, if they're in an avalanche zone and you need to extricate them to a safer spot, that's what you would use that for.
Yeah, and the CPR was a big part of it.
We train CPR every year or something like that with search and rescue, and I get something out of every single class I take.
Yeah.
And it makes you more confident so that you could do it at a coffee shop, you could do it at a restaurant, outside on the stairs, wherever, and save someone's life, because that is the link between life and death a lot of times.
Absolutely.
Cardiac arrest.
So anything else you want to share with the
I'm having a
Facebook
great
world?
time, and I'm sore as hell, and it's a grueling schedule, but this shit's fun.
Yeah. Let's bring Nina in here for a second. So you get wait a second. You just have Nina come in here behind us. So Nina, come on in here between us. Just kneel down if that's okay.
This
so
is my better half.
we have Nina here. So you guys know, it's like John and Edith. It's like you have to have the combo. So we have Kyle and Nina here enjoying it. This is your second year as well, right?
Yes, it is.
And so, what was the highlight of the week for you, Nina?
Watching my son improve and snowmobiling. This is his second year as well. And seeing everybody again. And Jack is awesome at Rich's Ranch. So the whole event.
Yeah, it is. It's very, I mean, it's hard to describe because it's like you have
winter vacation.
You have the training individually, whether it be Ride Rasmussen, whether it be the avalanche classes, Safer, like all the things that we're involved in. But it's hard to describe any one of those things without describing the entire experience, because it really is the whole thing.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we're all here on site, the campus that we're on, the experiences as well too. So Kyle and Nina, appreciate you guys, and you guys saw earlier this week. These two were responsible for a big shout out to All American Heroes and donating a sled. So Joe, why don't you come jump in here with me quick? So guys, next we're going to have Joe Labernick from Yakima, Washington. This is his first year attending, Joe. How's it going, Joe?
First year, yes.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Yeah, twinsies.
Twinning. So, Joe, you've been here all week as well.
Yes.
This is your first year.
Yes.
So, as you came in and in your head, you kind of had, you had kind of a mentally established, like, what you thought the event was going to be.
I had this huge expectation because of this guy. Okay.
I'm a sales guy,
because
I guess, right?
John is amazing at selling people on anything. And so I had this huge expectation coming into this. It was nothing compared to what I had experienced.
Was it worse?
Oh, it was way better.
Oh, it was way better. Okay, good. Thanks for clarifying, Joe.
It's been amazing. It's absolutely been amazing here at Rich's Ranch. I mean, the food is phenomenal.
Yep.
Hospitality, you feel right at home. It's amazing.
Yeah, and you've been able to meet new people literally from all over the country.
Right.
Rattle off a few of the states that we've had people.
Oh, we got people from Wisconsin, I think.
Wisconsin,
Minnesota,
Iowa,
Washington, Ohio. We got California. I mean, there's
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Four guys from Arkansas
right.
here this week.
4 guys from Arkansas. It's been people from all over. It's been a great time.
Awesome. And so you've obviously dabbled in the Ride Rasmussen style, but also level 1. This is your second level one you've done.
Second time I've done level 1.
Okay, so tell me about your level 1 this week with Tyler's back.
It was great. I mean, the instructors were passionate about what they were teaching, knew what they were talking about. For a second time through it, I got more out of it. Mm-hmm. And I feel comfortable now, recognizing Abbey terrain, recognizing different types of snow, and what happens to snow in the process of as it warms up and whatnot, and makes a snowpack. It's been great. It's been great. I come away from this knowing I know more.
There you go.
And I went through it with my son.
I was just going to say, it's kind of not only was it your opportunity to come to this event,
right,
but spend some quality family time with your son.
Yes, my son went through it as well. He's still a little confused about it.
Okay.
But he has that base, and he'll be following me throughout the season as we talk about it. He'll understand more what I'm talking about, and he'll learn from that. I was really pleased today. Today was really cool. In our group today, my son did the beacon check.
Okay.
And he was put on the spot. He doesn't like being put on the spot at all. But he did the beacon check flawlessly.
That's awesome.
He did really good. I was super proud of him. So it's been a really, really good experience.
Very cool. What do you think? You might be back next year?
There's a really, really good chance.
Yeah. And so, Joe, I know you recently made a switch from Yamaha to Skidoo.
Oh, yes.
And this week, your son also had, let's call it a forced opportunity to tell us what happened there.
Okay. Well, a lot of people found out recently that I dropped my Yamaha 4-stroke, and I'm now rocking a Gen 4 Skidoo. Loving it. It is just amazing what that sled can do. Well, my son this week, he lost a drive bearing.
Yeah, it happens to all of
them.
So
not something he could have expected. And so he lost a drive bearing, and not fixable here. There's too many questions involved in getting it fixed here, getting it fixed quick. But Mr. Farian.
Oh, Edith brought an extra snowmobile with.
Edith and John brought an extra Skidoo, and my son's been rocking that for the last couple of days. He wasn't so happy yesterday, because he rides his Polaris. He loves Polaris, and he wasn't so happy yesterday. But Carl in the ride Rasmussen ride yesterday looked at my son Joe and said, "You follow me." And Joe's like, "Okay." And I was like, "Oh, go."
That's awesome.
And so the two of them took off, went through side hilling through the trees or something. And my son come back, had the time of his life. Just completely changed his entire day. And he loved it. Today he went out and just rocked that Skidoo. He was following me. We're pulling off stuff that we've never pulled off before. Yep. And it was a great time. He's loving it. He's not sure if he's sold on Skidoo yet, but his objective is to have a good, solid, this is what Skidoo does, this is what Polaris does, and he'll make his decision. So
the great news is there's something out there for everybody, and you get to ride. But he's had a chance to ride both this week.
Yeah, so. He's had a great time.
Cool. Well, Joe, any other thoughts you want to share with everybody before we move on to
I want to
Mr.
thank
Tom over here?
I would like to thank Carrie for putting on such a great event. So get the Snow Dirt app and check it out. Book your trip next year.
Yeah, we'll be here same place, same time, hopefully.
You will not be disappointed.
Yep. First week of February. Next year, 2023, come back for another year of Driven. So,
right.
All right, Joe, thanks for coming in, and we're going to bring Tom in. Come on in, Tom. Slide around the other side there. So this is my friend Tom M., who joined us from Washington. So you're in the Tacoma, Washington area.
Yes, sir.
And how many years have you been riding?
Out in Washington, about 20 years, and about 4 or 5 years in Minnesota when high school days.
So needless to say, you're not a brand new rider, right?
No.
You got some experience under your belt. You've ridden. I've been with you. We've been in British Columbia. We've ridden in Washington. Yep. What other states have you ridden in over the years?
Idaho, Montana, British Columbia, Oregon,
Yep.
Minnesota.
Yep. So we've been around the block a little bit
Yeah.
when it comes to riding, and so you wanted to highlight tonight a little bit about your experience with the Ride Rasmussen Clinic and
Yes.
one of your highlights. So feel free to share that with us.
So I've always wanted to take the Ride Rasmussen Clinic because from what I researched and stuff, they seem to have the best reputation in the industry. So John and Carrie and others put this course together for the week. So the Rasmussen style. Hey, I want to do that because downhill turns scare the heck out of me.
Yep.
It's not something you normally do. So the short story is through the last couple days, I made huge improvements on what I did before. Because with the Rasmussen instructors, they're very, what's the word? They're very concerned that you learn correctly and that you learn stuff. So they will go to whatever it takes to get the message across to you how to do this, that, and the other thing, so you can be successful.
Yep.
And they're very good instructors, and they will explain it to the nth detail, which I kind of needed on a couple things, and it worked out well.
Well, something I really enjoyed this year, I don't know that we did it last year, but this year what the instructions folks did with Ride Rasmussen, they actually had some of the schooled videos from YouTube.
Yes.
We had them here. We streamed them live. People were able to, the first night, watch them, kind of process them. The next day we went out on the snow and people were able to, have a on the snow demonstration, explanation, and then put it right into practice, right?
Yes.
That evening we came back and we watched the videos again, and all of a sudden everybody's light bulbs started clicking, right? It was like, oh my gosh, I heard it, I did it, I heard it again, and then we went out again a second day today.
Yeah.
So how was your day today? So yesterday to today, did you feel like you made progress just in one day?
Well, the difference is yesterday when we went out there and first started this, I shouldn't bang the table. I was basically scared spitless to go on this slope and do this uphill turn.
Downhill U-turn, they call it.
Yeah, downhill U-turn. And today I was concerned, but I was doing them. And then towards the end of the day, I was doing them better. So I made a huge improvement in a short period of time.
Very good.
And then just on those videos, if I could
No, go ahead.
give Brett a little encouragement. He's got 34 videos. They're all less than 5 minutes. If you look up back to school, it's spelled SKOOL. There's a website comes on. They're all 34 there. You click on them one at a time and play them. And they're very well done and very well explained. And you just watch them as many times as you want. Then you go out in the snow and you do it. Or if you come to one of the schools, you look at them ahead of time and you get more of an idea what they're talking about.
Yep. Nope. Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, it's here's the thing: is like regardless of whether you're a beginner level rider, an intermediate level rider, or even an advanced rider. Like for myself, I fancy myself a fairly good rider.
Yes, you are.
Last year, I came to this event. And I picked up some really good insights on foot placement on the running board and some different positions on the sled. And it really, last year from this year, unlocked my riding even better than it already was. So had an amazing season 2. And this year, it's been an amazing experience for me again. So
yeah, foot placement and all that's really important. I didn't realize how important it was. And the instructors explained it to me and how, because I was having trouble how to get from one position to the other. And they explained it really well. And once I did it like that, it worked really well.
There you go.
So,
there you go. Well, Tom,
okay.
Thanks for chiming
you.
in. I'm going to have Jason join us next. He's going to tell us a little bit about his experience on the AIARE Level 2. So with all of these students that joined us a year ago that took the AIARE Level 1, Carrie wanted to make sure that we offered something for folks who've already had a Level 1, but still wanted to come be part of this amazing event. So Jason here is from the Spokane area, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. So this is your first time to this event, right?
First time.
Okay. And you had previously taken a Level 1 Avalanche class elsewhere.
Yeah, I actually took 2 of them. And I will have to admit ahead of time that I will probably come back here again and take the Level 1.
Nice.
After talking with my roommates and the guys that have already done this year class,
Yep.
It was way more informational
Wow.
here than either one of the 2 I took. And it was a whole different level of understanding. And even explain the map system. I mean, there's nothing that I can see that's going to compare to what is going to be offered here at this
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
event.
So let's dive into the Level 2. What were some of the things that you kind of were your aha moments in the Level 2 compared to Level 1s previously that you'd had? Just kind of a recap. So
understanding,
go ahead.
understanding a lot of it was is that you're almost becoming like a forecaster. You're having to go out there and do more scientific portion of what's on the snow and how the things bond. and whether or not it's going to be you're looking for the a whole different advanced level than what you learned in level 1, and to be able to apply that to real life decision making and to actually go and dive into your forecast to say, okay, what is going to be happening? I've checked the snow. I've followed the snow patterns for all the different storms. Gathering all of that data is really going to make my decisions with my group back home a whole different
for sure.
understanding.
Well, and the ability to, take the level 1 information that you receive, right? And you're out there experiencing it, and you're reading the avalanche forecast, and you're reading the weather, and you're kind of in your mind putting together this story in your head so that when you go out in the backcountry, you can have a safe day.
Absolutely.
What I thought was really cool about the level 2 is, to your point, we were able to then kind of take that information, start learning a little bit more about the snow science and what happens when you have a facet versus a round versus this versus that.
A V this way or a V this way.
So there was different things, and it was more the grasping the understanding of what it all means, and it prepared you to be able to go out and assess the terrain yourself, right?
Absolutely.
And to assess the snow yourself.
I mean, I had just for one aha moment. My biggest thing was you don't have to actually go and your knowledge alone would carry you into the backcountry to just even running a trench and going through that trench and figuring out just by the knowledge,
the density of the snowpack,
whether it's one finger, whether it's a fist thickness, and it's really cool to understand that you can do a quick little test without having to break it down for after you've gone through what we've gone through this couple days.
Yeah. Well, and you were in my group the day we were out there too, and it was to me it was a real eye-opening moment when we were able to dig in the snow and discover something that wasn't called out in the forecast.
Absolutely.
And we found it, it wasn't widespread, but there was, intermittent spots along the slope that we were on where we were finding, a persistent weak layer in there that was fracturing and sliding, right?
And it was even different from we had 2 groups out there.
Yeah. And we were probably 500 feet apart from each other on the hill.
Yeah,
right?
at most. And they had a different outcome than we had.
Yep.
And it really, you don't understand until you go out there and take this course of what the sun does, what the tree cover does, whether or not it bonds correctly, and why, until you go through this and understand where I can play that day.
Yeah.
It makes your decision making to where it's not teaching you to not go play on those days. It's teaching you where
to
and
go
why.
play. Yeah, exactly.
You understand go have fun,
Yep.
but let's learn how we can do it in a safe manner.
Yeah, it really is. It allows you to go into the backcountry more eyes wide open. And it helps you make better decisions to your point. Because I think you probably hear just like I do, there's a lot of people who it's a high AV danger. I'm just staying off the mountain today. I'm just not going out.
And they're not telling us that at all.
And it's
That's the beauty of it.
No, they're telling you it's here's the information. You get to know enough about it now to make your own decisions and assess it.
And that's why I go back
what
to
terrain.
Aries 1.
Yeah, what terrain to go hit and everything else.
The Area 1, that's why I give kudos to this program here, is because that Area 1, they teach you about the mapping system, which actually gives you the opportunity to get further back into different zones you've never seen before because you've already mapped that out with your mapping system that they teach you how to do. That was mind-blowing for me. This is going to give me an opportunity to go back and find a whole different area that I can go play know that I can get there, be safe.
Very good. So let's wrap up your final thoughts here around the Ride Rasmussen style quick. I know we've had a few other comments too.
Yeah.
But was there any big takeaways you had with the Ride Rasmussen style part of the clinic? So.
Absolutely. And that's all I'll say to the audience. I ride a Arctic Cat Alpha. And obviously this is a Skidoo.
Well, it's actually a good point because we had, probably
Polaris,
two-thirds were probably Skidoos in the group, but we had a big group. Probably had maybe 25-ish% or so of the Polarises in the group. But we also had you here with the Arctic Cat, right?
Yeah, I came in with the, I'm the only guy with the Arctic Cat.
Yeah.
And I took out a lot of awesome information. I don't even want to kind of tell you guys much about it because really you need to come and experience. I've watched the videos that Tom talked about. I studied those things before I even thought about going to this event. I had no idea about it. And I tried applying them. It's a whole different world when you go out there and you have somebody on a professional level, which I got a huge shout out for the whole team puts together. But for Carl and Shannon being a husband and wife team, and they really take the opportunity to take those girls that want to go into the next level and give them some special treatment with the woman rider who outride most of our guys anyways. But they have that level of expertise so they can really broaden anybody's horizon and any sled you ride out there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what sled you're at.
It doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter what skill level you're at.
The technique they teach you is just awesome.
Yeah, and they'll be able to
Cool.
take you again, whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, and they'll be able to like assess what you're doing, take you out in the backcountry, chase each other around, and watch and review, and give you some feedback and continue to improve.
And give you there's a reason that you guys come back year after year.
Yeah.
I said Rich Ranch, you cannot. It is amazing. This place is phenomenal. But as far as the program they put together here with the Driven and everything else, there's so much information that you could really go ahead and stretch this thing out to a 3-week and still be able to try and figure out how to comprehend all that inside your brain. There's so much information, so don't think that you've taken an area 1, or just an Avalanche 1 and I'm done. You won't ever put that much kind of information in one brain in that amount of time.
That's awesome.
It's not possible.
That's awesome.
So,
well, hang out with me here
absolutely.
while I wrap this up, but just hang tight. We'll sit here. So everybody, just wanted to give you guys a big shout out for spending the last 30 minutes with us and letting us explain to you what the Driven event is all about, what all of the different partners of the Driven event are here for, and we're just so excited to share with everybody because over and over again, the people who've attended are coming back. And Kerry keeps trying to figure out how do we continue to facilitate more and more people. It's getting challenging, so we're going to continue to finesse it, kind of continue to adjust it to make it as amazing as it can ever be. So
those who know me know I don't wear out, and I am pooped right now.
We're all ready for a nap. So.
I'm ready for bed.
Yep, awesome. So
all
right, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
What I tell everybody every time we wrap up a show: God bless you, live large, have an amazing night. So thank you all. Bye.